Hey everybody, thanks for coming back to watch another TTM Tuesday video. I was out of town last week, so I got a ton of returns back this week, so I'm going to try to keep this moving pretty quick so it's not a super long video. Got 6 returns back, including one of my original returns all the way back from, I think I mailed in early October. So without further ado, let's get rolling. And as usual, I'll give a little bit of history about the players. I won't go into too much detail, like I said, just because there's a ton of returns this week. So our first return is Mike Hart. So let's give a little bit about Mike Hart, and I'll talk a little bit about why this one's kind of cool to me. So Mike Hart was drafted by the Mariners in the 13th round of the '79 draft out of the University of Wisconsin at Madison. Career WAR of almost, not quite -1. 105 at bats, 17 hits, 4 home runs for a batting average of .162, 17 RBIs, 1 stolen base. So not super great numbers across the history of his career. Broke into the majors at age 26 in 1984 with the Twins, played 13 games. In 1987, at age 29, he played 34 games with the Orioles, which is where he picked up the majority of his book of work for his career. So not a super huge mainstay in MLB, but specifically why this one's cool to me is Mike Hart, after his '87 season, came back to manage then the AA Hagerstown Suns in 1988, guiding them to a 79-61 record for first in the Carolina League North. Why that's important to me is that would have been right about the time that my parents started allowing me to take a few block walk from our home all the way down to Municipal Stadium. So I started catching live minor league games right about the mid to late '80s. So I definitely remember attending some of these games that Mr. Hart managed. Never had a chance to meet him, but still pretty cool to see somebody who managed a team that got me into watching live baseball and building my fandom with the Orioles. So there's Mike Hart. Take a closer look at the auto. All right. Moving right along. So I cracked open a box of Stadium Club, which I think is on one of my Throwback Thursday videos. Really just looking for some TTM stuff, chasing some of the more higher-end inserts. But this one popped up, and it was an Oriole player I didn't have, so I sent out to John Donahue. And you can see this is his Major League debut card, June 27th, 1993. So a little bit about John Donahue. He went to LSU. He debuted on June 27th, 1993. So this debut was against the Yankees. 6 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 3 strikeouts, 4 walks, 6 runs, and he took the loss. So unfortunately, opened his MLB career with a loss. And didn't really pitch much after that. He was 0-1 with a 4.58 ERA across 11 games. This was the only start that he had. So the June 27th game was a start, and then he worked out of the bullpen the rest of the season. And in his one and only Major League year, 19.2 innings pitched, 16 strikeouts, and a whip of 1.627. So super short career, not long after his debut, but really cool autograph. It's always nice to get some TTM fodder in some of these older breaks where these guys actually sign. So John O'Donohue. Keep the momentum rolling here. This one I was a little nervous about. Not show my address, but the post office definitely did a number on the envelope, so we're hoping the inside's not too bad. You can already see some bend to the index card, so that's not cool. But yeah, definitely some Postal Service damage to the corner. Luckily not a huge name player. So John Habyan pitcher for the Orioles, as you can see. A little bit about John, drafted by the Orioles the 3rd round of the '82 draft from St. John the Baptist High School. Major League debut September 29th, 1985 against the Yankees. Pitched in relief, 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit, no strikeouts, no walks, no earned runs. And a little bit about the rest of John's career. WAR 6.2, win-loss record of 26-24, ERA of 3.85, 348 games, 18 starts, 12 saves, 532 innings pitched, 372 strikeouts, and a 1.358 whip. So, some career numbers with the Orioles from 85 to 88, out of baseball, or at least in the majors, in 89. With the Yankees in 90 through 92. 93, also the Yankees maybe traded, looks like traded to Kansas City. 94 with the Cardinals. 95, Cardinals, Angels, and 96 to end his career with the Rockies. So John Habyan, and there's the signature. All right, next one up. We've got a Orioles fan favorite with Dave Johnson. A little bit about Dave Johnson. So, drafted by the Royals in the 5th round, 1981 draft, out of the Community College of Baltimore County, Catonsville campus. So, definitely hometown kid. I'm familiar with that college. Debuted May 29th, 1987. Pitched an inning of relief against the Reds. 1 inning, 4 hits, 1 strikeout, 1 walk, 3 earned runs. So, definitely some rookie jitters. Across his career, WAR of -0.4, 22 wins, 25 losses, ERA of 5.11, 77 games, 57 starts, 368 innings pitched with 143 strikeouts. A little bit more about his stats. So his debut would have been with the Pirates in 87, with the Orioles 89 to 91, didn't play in the majors in 92, and finished his career in 93 with the Tigers. So Dave Johnson, who also definitely was still around the organization recently in the last few years. He had a son that played with the Orioles as well. So that's a little bit about Dave Johnson. Won't be a whole lot of suspense for this one. You can see that my next one went to Ron Kittle, who used a stamp for his website and his charities, which I'll take a look at. Ron Kittle does not charge, nor do these other guys. Nobody's charged for their autograph in the ones I've shown to this point. So since he didn't charge and did send back, I'll make a donation to the charity. I did see on the website that I used that Ron Kittle does charge if you send his rookie card. But as long as it's not a rookie, he doesn't charge for TTM. Everybody's favorite card, the 1991 Fleer. So I think I opened some of these with ABC's Need 1, 2, 3s just for some YouTube content. And really just wanted to wake folks up on a later evening stream with some nice bright yellow. And my entire intent was to just get some TTM cards. So a little bit about Ron Kittle. Was a Rookie of the Year, one-time All-Star. Debuted September 2nd, 1982 versus Texas. 1 at bat, no hits. Career for Ron, WAR 4.7, 2,708 at bats, 648 hits, 176 home runs, reading way too quick, so I'm trying to keep this moving. Batting average of 239, 356 runs, 460 RBIs, 16 stolen bases. Ended his career with a slugging percentage of .473, which is pretty good. Sorry. Fighting the cold, it is the season. So a little bit about Mr. Kittle's career. 82 to 85 with the White Sox. 86 White Sox, then traded to the Yankees. 87 with the Yankees. 88 with the Indians. 89 with the White Sox. 90 with the White Sox, traded to the Orioles. and finished his career in '91 back with the White Sox. So Ron Kittle. Pardon me. And our last one. So we've got a Hall of Famer. So I started straying a little bit from the Orioles just because I was kind of running out of some, some players that TTM just broke some older stuff here recently, so I've got a few more to send. But started digging into my Hall of Fame stack and had a couple of these turn back the clocks Jim Rice cards. So I sent out to Jim Rice. He does sign, I believe that's a $10 fee for signature, but that's a really nice, clean signature. So a little bit about Jim Rice for those that don't know. Again, is a Hall of Famer. Drafted by the Red Sox, first round, 15th overall in '71, out of T.L. Hanna High School in Anderson, South Dakota. Debuted in '74 against the White Sox, 2 at-bats, no hits, no runs, did get an RBI. Inducted in the Hall of Fame in 2009 by the Baseball Writers Association. He was on 412 out of 539 ballots. So a little bit about his career stats, and I want to talk a little bit about some of his accomplishments. One of the few players that spent his entire career with the same organization, so with the Red Sox, the whole way through 74 through 89. Across his career, a WAR of 47.7, over 8,200 at-bats, over 2,400 hits, 382 home runs, a batting average just a little under 300, 1,451 RBIs, 58 stolen bases, on-base percentage of .352, and some other just minor details real quick about Jim Rice, just to share for those that don't know. He was an 8-time American League All-Star. He was named AL MVP in '78. And that was after becoming the first player in 19 years to hit for 400 bases. Went on to become the 9th player to lead the majors in total bases in consecutive seasons. He joined Ty Cobb as one of 2 players to lead the AL in total bases 3 years in a row. Hit 300 or more 7 times. Collected 100 RBIs 8 times. 200 hits 4 times. 11 seasons with 20 home runs. Also led the league in home runs, RBIs, and slugging percentage twice. Some of the other cool stuff here. He was in some of the greatest outfields in Red Sox history with Fred Lynn and Dwight Evans. Dwight Evans was his teammate for Evans' entire career. And Rice followed in the footsteps of his predecessors, Ted Williams and Carl Yastrzemski, as a power-hitting left fielder who played his entire career with the Red Sox. So, you know, as an O's fan, I have nothing good to say about the Sox, but I can absolutely respect a great player, and Jim Rice was a great player. So, again, really cool TTM autographs. I'm hoping to have a couple more Hall of Famers come back along with some Orioles stuff to keep this a little more interesting for folks that aren't O's fans like myself. But that's everything. So 6 TTMs this week. Hoping for some more next week. We'll see what happens. And please feel free, if you haven't already, like the video and subscribe if you haven't done that yet. Otherwise, I'll chat with everybody on Thursday for a Throwback Thursday. Have a great day.